Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of Zap's podcast. Today, I've got a really, really close friend. His name's Louis Koliomihos. Welcome to the show, Louis.
Thanks, mate. Good to be here.
No, man, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you coming last minute, actually, because I had that reschedule, unfortunately. So for those who actually watched the solo episode, I had another friend from school that was going to come on. He had to reschedule. He's got a lot of things coming up at work. I can completely understand that. Mladen, if you're listening, hit me up again whenever you're free. We can reschedule another date, in the next, 3-4 weeks, whatever's good for you. I'm pretty available.
No excuses.
That's right. You heard it here first. Cheers, man. Thank you for coming
Thanks
on.
for the drink.
No, of course, bro.
I've never tried it. Shivers Blue, is it?
Yeah, the Shiver's 18-year-old. So tell me what you think.
Nice, man. Do you remember the first time you ever tried scotch?
The first time I ever had scotch. Actually, I do, because it was in. I was on a holiday with my family. We're up in. Where were we? It was like somewhere in Queensland, right? And I remember going up to my Theo. It's like, oh, can I have a sip of your scotch? And my dad was there, and he goes, yeah, go for it. So I had a bit of a sip, and yeah, that was my first time. I think I was about 16, 17, something like that. What about you?
I don't remember my first time, but I remember the first feeling, like when you have a drink.
Yeah, you're like, this is fucking disgusting. Dead
Like,
set.
who the fuck drinks this?
Honestly. But I don't even know, like sometimes when you drink some alcohol, do you realize, not that you realize, do you go, fuck, this still doesn't taste good. You're just drinking it for the effect of it.
I know sometimes with scotch I like it.
Yeah.
Like it's my go-to spirit.
Yeah.
Like I'm completely off vodka. Don't rate it at all.
Really?
Gin as well, don't rate it.
Oh, gin and tonic's good. I actually really like gin and tonic.
My spirit is going to be this colour.
You're such a gentleman. Such a fucking
Well, that's the thing.
upper
Like
class.
you first try scotch and you don't rate it, and then 10 years later, oh yeah, I love scotch. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind having a cigar.
It just goes down that road,
yeah,
eh?
oh yeah, I wear a suit every day.
Have you ever had a cigar before?
No, actually.
You never had a cigar?
No.
Have you ever had a cigarette?
Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah, of course.
What kind of cigarette?
I don't know. I just bummed off some workmate. Just
Like,
whatever
so what?
workmate had, I had to try it. I did not rate it at all. I don't see the appeal of it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I've never had a cigarette, but I did have I had a puff or two of a cigar, because I think I must have been a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, cigars look fucking sick.
Yeah, because it's like a
Yeah,
big
go.
brown cock.
Yeah, you love that, eh? But I had two puffs of that, and I remember thinking, all right, like I really wasn't appealed by it, but I don't know what it is about scotch. Sometimes I really enjoy it, and then sometimes I go, this just tastes like fucking ass. And it really doesn't matter on the price, because I get, this is Shivers. I think this is okay.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite, I guess, cheaper scotch would be the Black Label Johnny Walker. That's my favorite $40,
nice.
$50 scotch for sure.
My father-in-law got me onto Grants, but I don't know how much that is. I think it's
Grand?
Grants.
Grants, I've never heard of
It's
that.
like $80 a bottle. They all have
That's
them,
not
but
bad, actually.
Yeah, that's nice, really nice.
Yeah. My favorite one, like not super expensive, but you're probably going towards, the Johnny Walker Blue sort of price range. So like 200 plus is the Hibiki. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really good. We had that on my wedding day. It was fucking mad.
A lot of people don't rate Japanese scotch.
How though? If you call yourself a scotch drinker, I don't call myself a scotch drinker, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you do, you like Japanese scotch. Like you have to. I don't know how to describe the taste. And I'm talking as if like I'm a fucking connoisseur, but I'm not. But it tastes great, honestly. Unpopular opinion, I don't rate Johnny Walker Blue at all.
See, I haven't had it enough to have an opinion. Like I've got one bottle at home, and my dad has a bottle at his place.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so expensive. You don't want to open it. It's like we
Yeah,
treat it
I
like
get
that.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I know. Don't you just want to rip it open and just try it out?
Well, the one I have, it's from my 21st, so it's nearly 10 years old, unopened.
Bro, that's your scotch. You can do whatever you want with it.
But it's just opening up a scotch like that, I feel like an alcoholic. Like,
Relax, bro. You
I
feel
think
like an alcoholic.
I think I'll save it till I have a kid. Like when the kid's born.
You just pop it open.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice little thing to do, especially from your 21st, like when you were sort of partying and now you're like settled. It's a good time to pop it, I guess.
But I fall into the trap where, like, once you open a bottle, it's like, oh, is this going to go off? Even though it's alcohol, it can't. But I don't know. I still have that feeling on the back of my mind.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair enough. Hey, I want to ask you something. Do you remember when we were at James's house and we were talking about if you could go back in time, you wouldn't go to university. You would do something completely different.
Correct.
I want you to explain that because I find that so fucking interesting. Coming from you too.
Well, we've all had a similar upbringing, right? So it's like get a job, or go to uni for 4 years and get a job and buy a house, get married, settle down, have kids, and live like your parents. But it's like they don't know really what things were like when we were, 17, 18. And just, I like thinking back, is like, I really shouldn't have gone to uni. Like, you go to uni to make someone else happy, really.
Did you not enjoy going to uni at all?
Nah.
What-
I
when you-
literally would go, be on my phone during the lectures. The minute the lecture's done, all right, in my car back home.
Yeah, but that's standard. Even I was like that at uni as well. I never stuck around at
Yeah,
university.
but that's not how it's meant to be.
Well, what's it meant to be?
I think at Macquarie, it was like, remember like unit points? So it was
Unit
like
points.
3 unit points, whatever it was called for a subject.
Oh, units. Like
Units,
each,
whatever.
yeah.
So, but at Macquarie is like 3 per subject, which meant 3 hours of extra work a week.
Oh, what a malakia that
but
was.
that's how they framed it, though.
I know, but no one ever did that. I remember it was like, it's for every unit is 10 hours, right?
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
you
something
do,
like that,
yeah, and if
yeah.
you do 4 units, it's essentially doing a full-time job.
Yeah.
So 40 hours a week.
isn't
But no
that-
one fucking does that, man.
But people do, of a certain demographic. I want to get this show cancelled before it's kicked off.
Fuck it, the scotch is already kicking in.
Yeah.
But I never did the 40 hours. I literally did what you did. I did
0 hours.
the absolute last minute. I was captain last minute. Every assignment, exams, cram it like 2 days before.
Yeah.
I never did 10 hours. Fuck that.
But when you do it like that, it's not enjoyable. It's like another chore, like you're back at school again.
It essentially is being like at school. It is, for
It's
me.
not meant to be like that.
Well, what's it meant to be like, though? You're meant to like love it that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I think, I don't want to call it a scam, but it's nearly there. Like, is it even needed for half the jobs that ask for it? Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, journalists. Does a journalist really need to go to uni for 4 years to learn how to write a news article?
Yeah, I get that. I agree with you that I think university is definitely bloated. I had like some of the other boys come on. I don't know if you heard it. I was talking about it's for the survey degree. It's fucking bloated. Like 4-year degree. Like I reckon you could do it in 2.5 years.
Yep.
So I think you're definitely right. I think they fucking take the piss and they try to charge because they're essentially getting the government to pay
Exactly.
for it because we all go through HECS unless I know you're not from Australia or however it works.
Unless you're rich, like my mate at work.
Well, there you go. Then you don't have to fucking worry about HECS.
Yeah.
So then, they pretty much charge whatever they want. And then we still have to pay it back. We still have to pay it back at the end of the day. It's fucked. It's 11% of your fucking pay as well. Didn't realize it was that much.
Oh, so is that how much it is?
Yeah. Because I went to my accountant. Fuck, I don't remember exactly when. It was around, it wasn't around the time of end of financial year. It was about a few months after that. And we decided to do our statements. And I asked them, because I never knew how much I paid. I said, how much do I pay? And he told me how much.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sat down and I worked out what the percentage was of my cut. And it was 11%. So I've gone, okay, that sounds about right. It's like 10 or 11%. And I think it does say that when you get paid a certain threshold, it goes up to a certain percentage.
But then it also impacts how you get a loan as well. The banks look at that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because that's money that you're not getting that you can't give to them, essentially. It's all fucked.
But anyway, like, how many jobs actually do you think would need a degree? Maybe a doctor?
Yeah, I think that's non-negotiable for sure. What about a lawyer?
No, not anymore.
You don't reckon a lawyer would need to get a degree?
Well, not with AI.
Not with AI.
Have you heard about this chat GPT?
Oh, I saw it pop up on like TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
new
that
thing
about?
Taken off. You pretty much just write whatever,
Yeah.
and it's some kind of AI program. But what it can do is,
Wait. So you write something? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like ask it a question.
Oh, you ask it a question.
Right.
Okay.
But a scary example I found was someone asked is, write me an
Sorry,
essay.
can you just do me a favor? Just bring the mic a little bit closer. Yeah, you're right, man.
Write me an essay on why this book is the best ever. Right?
Okay.
And he asked that question 3 or 4 times, and he got 3 or 4 different essays.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Write me an article on the news from last night, and the AI will go through Twitter or police press releases or whatever,
yeah.
and then write an article, all original, not copied.
Yeah, wow.
So you put it through, turn it in, and like it's
Holy shit.
That's a
Is
uni
that for
reference.
real? I would have fucking done that 100%. But maybe that would work for journalism. But what about being a lawyer? I think it's a little bit more than that. Sure, I think like for generic stuff, like for office work, you need to write like a report. Maybe you can get away with that. But in court and you're under the pump and someone throws a fucking objection and then you got to think on your feet. Like, I don't think AI is going to help you there.
well, it might. You have like a Stephen Hawking type computer.
Fuck, all of a sudden just pops at him.
You know what I mean? But what is a lawyer anyway? You're just comparing other cases to show why your client is innocent or guilty or whatever.
A lawyer is an expert in the law, right? So it's supposed to help you understand and get you out of...
So it's someone who's good at Google.
Well, no, not really. What do you mean?
It's someone who can Google the law.
Well, they have to understand the law because the law is literally its own language. Can you understand the law? I can't. Like sometimes, okay,
Yeah,
for my job, I do a little bit of reading about the law, a little bit, but nowhere near to the extent of what they do.
No, obviously I don't know the law because I don't speak posh wanker. But like, if an AI can spit out why a person is innocent or guilty because they haven't breached this or they've done this or they've done that, why do you need a lawyer?
But then there'll be...
Why do you need an accountant?
Because I don't know how to do my taxes.
But
if there was an AI that could do it, I would, yeah.
There is technically, it's called, MyGov, obviously.
If
If you just work full time and your work organises your taxes or whatever, then you just go on to MyGov and you just lodge your own tax return.
Yeah, I know you can do it on your own, but there's no, like, MyGov's not AI though. You still have to input.
But some kind of code.
Yeah, but that's like very basic stuff. Like anyone can do that.
But it's still something, it's still like a computer replacing a person.
Yeah, okay, I guess so. But yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Like,
I'm sure an accountant's listening to this and fucking seething, going, "That's not all we do."
No, I mean like your general tax accountant, like your H&R block, some bloke on the corner of the street, just getting your pay slip and doing your end of year pay thing and doing your taxes.
Okay,
Jobs like that can easily be replaced by AI.
that's kind of a scary thing.
It's
though.
already happening, really. If you can do your own taxes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like imagine you had that Chat GPT thing,
Yeah,
and you had to write an essay for your uni degree, and you just type it in and it does it for you.
yeah, that's fucking insane. That's a cheat code. I didn't realize AI was that far advanced now. I didn't even know that existed. I heard about it, but I didn't realize you could ask it a question and it just gives you a fucking essay. Can you tell it how many words as well? Like I want it to be 5,000 words and it gives you...
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I'm sure if it's that advanced, I'm sure it probably could do
The
that.
thing with AI, it's always learning.
Yeah.
You correct it on something, it knows for next time.
And and it's like forever memory as well. It's not, it forgets one. Doesn't forget. So fuck man, that's scary. What do you think? What do you actually think about AI?
I think it's scary.
Yeah?
100%, yeah.
What scares you about it?
It'll get to a point where you won't even need coders. Computers will be able to make their own code for other things. And when it goes that far down the rabbit hole, how is someone going to be able to fix like a mistake or something when no human has actually written that code?
Okay. What do you mean? So if AI makes a code...
Yeah,
and
for sending a rocket from one country to another.
Okay, and it makes a mistake. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's doing something on its own volition, maybe.
Well, that's the thing that's scary, right? That's what I agree with as well. I think the way I look at AI is like this. Essentially, we are giving our competitive advantage against all of... We're the apex predator because we can think, right? That's one reason. And also we can build. That's my personal opinion about why we're the apex predator.
Yep.
So now we're giving... we're creating artificial intelligence which is our competitive advantage, to giving something else to think for us, which is making us more stupid.
And do stuff for us.
Do stuff for us. Exactly. That's what it's for.
But think about it. Cars replaced horses.
Yep.
AI is going to replace workers.
AI is just going to replace brains.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to be able to think. The AI is going to do all the thinking for us, and we're just going to... I don't think it's ever... it might get to a point where we replace workers eventually when robots become a thing. That's when
But
it's
I'm
going
not
to be...
talking about physical workers like dig a hole, get a robot. I'm talking about just people sitting, white collar jobs, just sitting on your desk, sitting on your fat ass, typing on a keyboard.
Yeah.
That will be replaced by AI.
Yeah, sooner or later, for sure. And that is scary, but I think also it means that there will be other jobs that will open up, hopefully, if that does happen. But I just think it's scary because if AI can think for itself, then it can think to kind of make it better itself, make it more physical form, and then as I'm talking like I'm fucking reciting Terminator right now.
No,
but
this is the Scots talking.
But honestly, it's not I don't think it's out of this world that could happen.
Yeah, but think of this as well. Like, have you ever played chess against a computer?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. Obviously, I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know how true this is, but I'm sure there are some systems where the computer to play chess against, right, is willing to sacrifice its own pieces to win the game.
Yes.
So if someone
it has no morals. Is that what you're getting at?
If someone can program that, I'm sure AI in the future will be like, okay, we need to kill this one person to save 1 million people.
Yeah. 100%. Because it's more calculated than it has ethics or morals.
So that's two. Bring in everything about algorithm, like your TikTok algorithms and stuff.
Okay.
It's like your phone knows you.
Oh, 100%.
Like from shit that it listens, like you mentioned, I don't know, fabric, and then it brings up fabric shit on your phone.
Yeah.
This is a random example. I don't know why. Because I saw your cats, that's why. And like how long, say you're on TikTok, right? How long you linger on a particular TikTok.
Yep.
That information gets saved for your next one. So if you're like looking at a gym one and you're lingering on it, and then the next one's like eating donuts and you flick through straight away, it's not going to show you more food, it's going to show you more gym stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
So computers can learn. So it can learn what you're into. And if you're someone who's looking into like, I don't know, Andrew Tate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That
it feeds you.
A computer can form an opinion on you.
Yeah.
And give an outcome.
Well, is it forming an opinion, or is it just trying to understand? Well, it is forming an opinion. I was going to say, it's trying to understand you, but
yeah, it tries to understand you.
Yeah.
And then it forms an opinion, and yeah, there might be some human there to say, oh yeah, this person's good or this person's no good.
Yeah, kill this guy. Maybe keep this guy alive. Keep watch on this guy. He's a bit of a threat. You know what that sounds like? Captain America 2, where they've got that
exactly
algorithm.
Like that.
Yeah, and they fucking go, oh, if we sacrifice 10 million people, we'll save billions.
How shit are Marvel movies now?
I still haven't watched the latest Black Panther movie. I still haven't seen that. I think the last movie I watched, to be fair, it was great. It was the Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man, where the other two...
Oh, yeah, that was okay.
What was that one called again? It's not Homecoming. It's not Far Away.
Homeless? They're all home-related.
Some shit like that. I don't know what it was. The multiverse or something like that, right? Is that where they first introduced it as well? Where...
Yeah.
That was really good. I really did enjoy that. But I did also think it was a bit predictable, except for a couple of scenes. Especially the ending I didn't see coming. And the part where, well, this is old now, so if you haven't watched it, fucking spoiler alert. But the part where Aunt May dies, I didn't see coming either. I was genuinely surprised when that happened.
But did you care?
Yeah, actually I did. I was a bit like, oh my God, like.
What a nice guy. I did not give 2 fucks.
Is that because you're over Marvel though? You're just done with it?
I'm so over it.
What? But okay.
I'm over movies in general. Like.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that boat as well.
Like during the January break, we had time off, and I was like, oh, let's go watch a movie, right? Me and Tammy.
Yep.
And I'm like, on to Hoyt or Greater Union, and it's like, or Event Cinemas, whatever.
Yeah.
There's like 5 movies on. One was Avatar, and I want to know your opinion on that after.
Yep.
There's like another 3 drama movies.
Yep.
That no one wants to watch. And then one Bollywood movie. That's it. That's all they're showing in January, like after a couple of days after New Year's Day.
Yeah. That was a big time.
Well, kids are on school holidays and there's literally nothing to show. No one's making movies anymore, like for the cinemas.
Do you reckon that's because of COVID though?
Yeah.
COVID killed a lot of it.
Yeah, COVID killed it.
Yeah.
100%.
But it's not...
Well, not just COVID, rise of Netflix and stuff like that.
Yeah, but because of COVID, Netflix rose a lot, right? And then Disney Plus came out, and then well, I think Disney Plus was already out, but all those subscription platforms, because you couldn't go to the cinema, then they had exactly, they had an opportunity to overtake. But I don't think cinemas will ever die. I think there is a place for it. It's an event, right?
You reckon?
Yeah, I think there'll still be a thing
to watch Marvel movies.
Well, not to watch Marvel movies, but to just watch movies in general.
But there's no movies out. There's not enough movies for
There's a lot of but did you see the announcement with all the Marvel movies? There's a lot coming out. Like for, what is it, phase fucking 15 now?
Yeah, but they say that and there's, we have to delay until another 5 years. Like there's always delays and delays and, no, we're scrapping this and putting it on Disney Plus. Oh, we're turning this into a TV show.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, they did it with like Armor Wars or something like that. It was a Secret Invasion. One of those shows, they were going to turn it into a movie, but then they changed their minds. I don't know. Well, ask James, he knows.
Yeah, I'll get him on next time. Get all three of us. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, my thoughts about on Avatar. I still have my initial thoughts. Let me just backtrack about what I think about the first Avatar.
Yep.
I think that's very overrated.
Really?
Overrated big time. I think at the time that when that movie came out, everyone was like, oh my God, the cinematics, they're fucking hectic. They're so good. All right, yeah, they were really good for its time, but the story was pretty average. Don't you think?
What was the story?
Yeah,
White man comes and kills natives or something like that?
Well, it's pretty much on that line. It's like they come, they start killing everyone because they want that tree or whatever it is.
The land or something. Or
something
tree,
like that. Whatever it is, right? And then he becomes one of them.
Yeah.
And then he ends up fighting the enemy or the invader.
Yeah.
And then he ends up transforming. He ends up actually fusing his body into the Avatar body. So now he's permanently Avatar. He's not human anymore.
And is that same actor still in the second one?
I think so. I still haven't even seen the second one.
I thought you were going to watch it. That's why I brought it up. You were meant to watch it, weren't you?
I was going to watch it, but we just never got around to watching it. And to be honest, I did want to watch it, but I wasn't excited for it as well.
But are you excited for any? Is anyone excited for any movies anymore, apart from Marvel?
Not really.
Nerds into Marvel?
Not really. I don't think there's any movies where I've gone, fuck, I'm so keen for that. I fucking can't wait.
But are there like any movies now where you can just zone out and watch it?
Like, dude, where's my car?
Like, it's,
Where's your car, dude?
One of my favorite Netflix genres are 90-minute movies because they're just 90 minutes. They're all dumb movies, and I can just zone out and watch them.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to commit 2.5 hours. I don't have to pay attention. I'm really a dumb person, so I just want good guy shoots bad guy.
Well, John Wick's right up there for you.
Yeah, John Wick is okay. I didn't like the third one, but the whole concept is all right.
It's just too over the... Like, don't get me wrong, I like that it's a little bit over the top, but the third one was really over the top. Really over the top.
Yeah, I didn't rate the third one. It was just too much.
Yeah, it was still, like... It was decent. Like, the fight scene... All it is just a constant fight scene.
Yeah. I don't know. Last movie I saw in the cinema is probably Batman.
What a shit movie that was. That was fucking
nah,
horrible. Louis, the door's there. The door's right there.
All right, see I really liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
But what about it was good? Okay, the drama was good, the riddles and all that, but it was a very long movie, man. I was bored at some points.
I was only bored at the end when they started with the flood.
Yeah, that was right at the end, though.
Yeah, that's when I was like, nah, I'm zoned out now. Just end this movie.
But that's when I feel like that's when you just said, like, just give me a fucking, don't even want to think about it. Like, good guy shoots bad guy. That's like the scene for it.
No, but it was just overdone. I don't like... We had such a long movie of, like, you got to pay attention and the riddles and Batman and whatever.
The riddles were sick. I'll give it that. It was really good.
Once he arrested him, that's it. It should have been movie done. Then set up the next one or whatever that's going to come out in 10 years' time or whatever.
Yeah. I didn't like that the Joker makes an appearance, though.
They always got to add the Joker.
I know. It's because it's his arch nemesis, right? It's the Joker and Batman.
I know. Yeah, there's always got to have a Joker now.
Well, I think I don't know if this is happening or not, but did you see recently, or it's not so recent now, where Henry Cavill's not playing Superman anymore? So he was going to come back and play as Superman, and then he got dropped. And I think they've pretty much scrapped everyone from the DC, I think. I don't think Bruce Wayne... Who's the guy who played Batman?
Ben Affleck.
I don't think Ben Affleck's playing Batman anymore. Henry Cavill's not playing Superman. I think Gal Gadot's not going to be playing Wonder Woman. I think. Don't quote me on that if anyone's listening.
She might be listening.
Well, if I can share the post then. Share the podcast. Get me out there. But I think it's a bit weird what's going on now because I think they're doing a reboot or something.
That's all it's going to be, reboot. We're going to have a new Iron Man coming up.
Well,
There's going to be some other bloke
I was
playing
actually thinking about that today. That it's going to get to a point because we're going through this next phase, and you can see what's going to happen. They're going to go down the road of like a civil war where they're all going to fight each other, and then there's going to be a big bad, and they're going to come together, and then they're going to. I think it's going to go down that road, but then there's not going to be enough heroes, right? Because I think a lot of them are going to die.
There are no heroes anymore. No heroes, no villains. Everyone's mixed, ambiguous.
Are they though?
All the villains are starting to become like that. Loki was meant to be the bad guy. Remember the first Avengers? He was like the asshole bad guy.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, we love Loki. Like, where does this come from?
Yeah, that was a good show though.
And then they're going to bring back Thanos. He's going to beat some other bad guy. And it's like, oh yeah, we love Thanos now.
Wait, what?
No, I'm saying hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Relax.
No. I don't think that would ever happen.
Stay in your chair.
Yeah. I don't think that would ever happen.
Like, for example, they're just going to... There's not going to be bad guys anymore. Every bad guy is going to... Or bad person.
Yeah.
To be politically correct. It's just going to be, ambiguous and anti-hero and, actually, I agree with them and...
Yeah, I think they're doing that on purpose so you can see both sides. So it's not super obvious. Like with, I think Mysterio was one of them where Tony Stark kind of like disrespects him, and then they show you like the backstory of why he becomes bad. And they're like, oh, I can understand why he becomes bad.
But I don't want to understand. I want these people just to be assholes and the bad good guys beat the bad guys. That's why I loved Power Rangers as a kid.
What a fucking show. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, the original Power Rangers. You can't...
Tyrannosaurus!
Mastodon. You can't beat it. It's good people, bad people. That's it.
Yeah.
And they fight. And the fighting choreography was pretty good for a kid. Like,
dude, Power Rangers is one of the best shows ever.
And there's big robots. Like
Megazord! Fuck yeah!
They're bringing it back, like a 30th anniversary on Netflix.
Are they actually?
It was like, 30th anniversary. So the old ones, they're all like 50 years old.
Yeah, they're all coming back.
Yeah. To do like
I would actually watch that.
Oh, of course, I'm watching it.
Yeah. A full movie though, or is it going to be like a series?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But either way, I'm going to watch it because Power Rangers. I fucking love. As a kid, I loved Power Rangers.
Yeah, fuck. There were a lot of shows that I watched as a kid that I fucking loved. Like Power Rangers was definitely one of them. Fucking love Power. But there were so many. I remember there was like ninja ones, and I don't remember. It wasn't just the Tyrannosaurus one. There was others as well.
Yeah, I only remember that one, and then the one in space. That one,
I don't remember the one in space.
That one was sick.
Wait, is that the one where they go to a different planet? And there's that chick who's got like the fucking... It was a movie, and she's got like these two sticks, and she puts them together.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. It was such a cringe scene. Because I remember like they come from this planet, or they come... Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They go to this place, and they're trying to get their new Megazord and get their new powers and shit like that.
Oh, that's from the movie.
Yeah, it's from it's Captain Ooze, that guy.
Those birds come and she gets a stick. And
it's just like, and they all fly away. You're like, what the fuck, man? That was so cringe.
But it was a good show when you're a kid. Like if you're like a male, like testosterone-filled little boy.
Yeah. Can't say that anymore.
I'm telling you, we're getting cancelled before we take it off. You're gonna have to rebrand it to a new podcast.
Oh well.
But that's how. Yeah, they're bringing it back. I don't know, 30th anniversary. I don't know. They got the pictures on Facebook.
Okay, I didn't see that. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
So they have the originals, apart from the Green Ranger, because he died.
I did see something like that. Yeah. He was the White Ranger as well, right? The guy with the ponytail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died like 49, 50 years old.
Fuck, how did he die?
Probably, I don't know. When they don't announce it, you always know.
Drugs.
No, it could be suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, what else would it be if they don't say what killed him? And even on the news as well, if they don't really say what killed you,
But they do announce people when they do like, or they'll say, oh, they OD'd, right? Which is essentially like a nicer version of saying that.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
maybe, I don't know. It's interesting because we're getting to an age now where like celebrities that we actually know are dying. Like remember when you were kids, like, oh, this person is dying. You're like, who?
Yeah, I remember.
John Wayne, who?
What the fuck is that?
But now we're getting to an age where, oh, I remember this person. Oh
Yeah.
this person. Oh yeah, I watched this person in this movie or show. And it's like, whoa, that's freaky. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think. I think it's more surprising when someone really young dies, you know, or the shock factor is there when if someone's 21 or 22, that's when it really kicks in. But I don't think anyone's really died.
At that age, a celebrity, eh?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not for around our age. When we were 21, 22, I don't think anyone died.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, you know who was a surprise? Ryan Dunn.
Who?
Did I get the name right? Ryan Dunn? Do you know who? You've never watched Jackass?
Not really. Obviously, I know it, and I know
Bro,
what's the main guy's name? I know Steve-O.
Steve-O, Chris Pontius, Bam Margera, Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville. That's right.
Yeah, so they're like the big four, and then Ryan Dunn and Bam Margera were good friends. I'm pretty sure. And when he died, I was like, "Fuck, bro!" Like, because he was young. I'm pretty sure he died. Maybe he would have. I'm speculating now. I think he was like mid-30s. He died
from.
I don't know. I can't remember exactly how he died, but still, it was young, like fucking 35.
Yeah, but they love bringing back old, like back to Power Rangers. They love bringing back old shit, like reunion or cameo
because that shit
appearance.
works. Did you actually? I'm gonna go a bit off topic now.
Yeah.
Did you hear the news about Pokemon?
No.
Did you hear how? So Ash Ketchum is not going to be. They're getting rid of him now, and they're going to put a new trainer.
What's happened? Like,
I think he's old now. They're just going to replace him.
man, he's looked the same like for 30 years.
Yeah, I know. Literally, it's been like fucking how many years of Pokemon with Ash, and now he's gone.
Pikachu's dying of old age.
I wonder who's going to be the next Pikachu, because the Pikachu will be gone. That's it.
No, be some other cartoony looking Pokemon, furry type. You know those furry.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It'll be like a small thing that you got on your shoulder,
Little
fucking
kid,
chirping in
like
your fucking
Baby
ear.
Yoda or something.
Just fucking bang, fuck off.
But that, yeah,
Hey, I want to ask you, because you have crypto yet?
not
You don't have crypto?
no.
I thought you had crypto. I thought you had a bit of Bitcoin.
And so much. A long time ago, I bought Ripple.
That's right. Yeah, okay. I was
was
going to
it?
say, I remember you had some type of like
Yeah, it started.
crypto.
I bought too high. It started tanking, and I'm like, nah, get rid of it.
How high did you buy at Ripple?
Oh, I don't remember. It was like 5-6 years ago. No, sorry.
Oh, wow. It was a while ago.
No, even more.
Oh, was this at the time where Bitcoin was like a huge thing and everyone's like, oh, Bitcoin's going to start taking off. It's going to be a $1 million coin.
It was about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It was way before COVID.
Oh, yeah. But I think that was around the time. Oh, no, it was even before that. That was before Bitcoin took off, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I had someone at one of my older jobs, and I kept looking at his Snapchat stories, and they're like, "Oh, Ripple, it's $1," and now a week later it's $1.30. It kept going up. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. That's like the
Obviously-
worst time to buy.
Yeah, obviously I bought it too high, and now it's nothing. Now they're all nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's what I was going to say. Because I think Bitcoin now is about, it's got to be, last time I checked, it was about 20-something thousand AUD, 28,000 AUD.
Far out.
And it used to be, it was fucking high. It was about the 45, 50,000. So it's dropped half.
No, but at its height it was like 80 grand.
I think at its height, it was about 100.
Far out. So,
Yeah, it was fucking high.
So what's caused it to crash?
I don't know. You just hear all these conspiracies though. Like there was this conspiracy going around where these billionaire crypto people were getting killed, and like out of the blue, they were like 30-year-old crypto billionaires getting, all of a sudden disappearing or
Like
dying.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, stuff like that, honestly. So, and people were like, oh, did they really die? Fuck, I don't know.
Same people, same hitman.
Probably. He's the same guy. Or they're at the same hotel with Elvis Presley.
And Tupac.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just so weird because I don't even know if crypto is going to become a thing anymore. Like, is that ever going to be considered real money? Because everyone's like, if you talk to the people on the crypto side, they're like, bro, 100% Bitcoin's going to be $1 million a coin in about, I don't know, 10, 15 years, which is a long way away.
Yeah, I don't know. It's would it just replace normal money?
I think that's the point, right? So it becomes digital. But the thing I don't understand, if anyone's listening and they're full on into crypto and they can explain it to me, I would love to have a crypto expert on here.
Yeah, that's not me.
Huh?
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
me.
definitely not me. I have some understanding. So the way Bitcoin, it's a decentralized thing, right? And then the way it works, I think the way it works now is called proof of work, right? So you essentially, there's an algorithm or like a really high complex mathematical equation or whatever it is.
Like an AI.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, essentially, because all they do is they run the program.
Yeah.
They have these insane computers. They just keep running and running and running. And what happens is, as they, solve these complex mathematical equations, then they mine more crypto, they get money out of it. So I am butchering this. Someone who's listening to this is going to think I'm a fucking dumb cunt. And to be fair, they're probably right.
I think we're long past that stage.
Yeah, we are. So, but anyway, like I was saying, they've got this proof of work and it only works when there's an incentive, right? So it only works if they can make money from doing it. But it's going to get to a point where they mine all the money and then there's not going to be any more incentive for them to keep the coin maintained, if that makes sense. Because you need someone to proof the transactions. I think it's the way it works.
Okay.
I think. That's why if anyone's listening and they're an expert, I'd love to have you on.
So from what I remember, it's only finite, right? It's not unlimited Bitcoin.
No, so I think it's only 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. So
in the whole existence.
In existence,
and
that's
it can never be more than that.
It can never be more.
But why though?
Because I think it's meant to be. So gold is finite, right?
Yeah, but that's something you bring out from the dirt.
Yeah.
Crypto is just a fucking number on a computer. Why can't it just be unlimited?
Because then it's worthless.
But why put 21 million? Why not 21 billion?
Because then one coin will not be worth as much.
So the number's really just meaningless.
Honestly, I don't know why I don't know the specific reason why they did 21 million. If that's what you're asking, I have no idea. I have no idea. But that's the number. It's 21 million.
Because someone's decreed that it's 21 million. It's not just for whatever computer science.
There could be a reason. I don't know. There could be. I actually have no idea.
But that's Bitcoin. What about the other ones? Is it the same principle or?
Well, so Shiba, which is one I fucking hope that goes up, but it's never going to go up.
Isn't that the joke one?
No. So Shiba is a bit more serious, if you want to quote unquote call that serious. But the joke one is Dogecoin, which is the one that Elon was saying, "Oh yeah, this is good." That it was fucking taking off at one point.
Because he probably bought it, and then he put he bought it first, then did the tweet, and then everyone else bought it, which brought up the price, and then he sold it at the high.
I don't remember I don't think that's how it went down.
But you don't know that.
I don't know 100%. But from what I understand, I'm pretty sure it was like he was pushing for Dogecoin. Well, he wasn't really pushing for Dogecoin. He's saying Dogecoin, we're going to implement it with Tesla and all this other shit. And a lot of people were saying, well, if it's got application, then it's probably going to be worth something. So a lot more people were investing in it. And as more people were investing, the value went up, right? So, and then he went on Saturday Night Live and he made a joke about it. And then he just fucking dipped. He called it, oh yeah, so it's bullshit. Or he said some shit like that. He goes, oh yeah, it's a hustle. Like as a joke. Or if he meant it, I don't know.
The price is tanked.
Tanked. And within, actually I'm not going to say when, but within 24 hours, I don't know, but it just dipped from 90 cents. It was like 90 something cents a coin to 70 overnight. Just fucking 20 cents gone.
What is it now? Pull that up, Jamie.
Yeah, where's my
wrong podcast.
This is the cheapo fucking Joe Rogan podcast. But yeah, fuck, I need a Jamie. I think it's about, last time I checked, it was about 15 cents.
Oh wow.
It could be more. I don't know, but it's dipped.
And Shiba, what's that at now?
0.000014.
But those are good because when they move, if that gets to 1 cent, that's like, wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, huge. So I'm fucking hoping that gets up. But I didn't buy a lot of it. So if it goes up, I'll make a little bit, but nothing crazy.
It's good if you have spare money to fuck around and do whatever.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is what I don't understand. Like with the stock market and crypto and all that, if you want to make money, you can't just throw around like $1,000 or $2,000. You need to throw like $10,000-$20,000 to make some money.
You need money to make money.
Yeah, and that's it, right? And who's got 20 to 30, like anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 and go, oh yeah, I can just throw this around.
But maybe that's why Bitcoin kind of tanked because of COVID and everyone's broke, apart from rich people. But
Well, COVID broke Bitcoin.
Yeah, like no, or just people are broke because of COVID and you know what I mean, like lockdowns and crap like that.
I think it gets a
just
bit more
don't have
political.
Disposable income just to blow on Bitcoin.
I think it gets more political though. I think there was a lot more. I don't know the full story about why it's different, but there's a lot going on. I see it pop up on my phone with Google because you can go onto like the Google News, and sometimes I see like crypto news come up.
Yeah.
And you just see it's always for lately. It's just been red flags. Like everything's crashing, everything's fucking going down. And then eventually it might even go back up again. Everyone's going to be like, oh, crypto's the best again. And then it's going to go back down and then it's going to go back up again.
But once you hear it on the news, it's too late.
It's already too late. Exactly right. So I remember when that Bitcoin, there was that big thing and everyone was making heaps of money and then it just fucking dipped right after.
Imagine we made so much money from Bitcoin like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but how would you know?
But I was looking into it.
Yeah, but how did you... Okay, be honest. You have no idea. Would you have bought that?
Well, if I was an adult at the time, I would have. But I was like...
What would you have bought with that as an adult, Louis?
Sure.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to buy. It's like...
Well, it was all like black market stuff.
Yeah, it was like the dark web, the Silk Road.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy a handgun.
Yeah, well, that's...
Hire a hitman. All things we want to do.
Well, that's all you could buy, right? So that's why, like, who was going to invest in that? Now it's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're right. Like, back then I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
But if I was an adult with my own money back then...
You would have hired a hitman.
Yeah, maybe. You wouldn't be here right now.
Well, I'm here.
No, I don't know. I would have kept it. Probably would have used it on Silk Road. But then again, you don't want shit sent to your address from the deep web.
Yeah. It's fucking scary.
So I probably wouldn't have done anything with it. But like because back then I was 15, 16 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Was that when you actually started looking into it? Around that age?
Yeah, maybe 17.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
How did you even find out about it?
Probably looking through the deep, like thinking, like researching about the deep web.
Yeah.
Because that's really when it took off, really, 10, 15
You're doing that
years
in
ago.
IT class, eh? At school. Fucking deep web.
Yeah. No, but then back then, I think that's when the deep web took off.
Mm.
So I was just researching it. I was with George C. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And we're at his place, and then it was like, oh, you need Bitcoin to buy stuff. And I was like, what the fuck's Bitcoin?
Like, fuck it, we'll just get it anyway.
But like, because it was a digital currency back then, you're like, oh no, this is a scam. You're going to give your credit card and you're going to scam you.
Yeah, well, it does sound scammy though, right?
Well, especially now, like when you ask people, oh, how did you buy Bitcoin? Oh yeah, signed up to CoinSpot. I had to send in my driver's license, my birth certificate. I was like, what the fuck?
Because I've got a
Not even
Binance account.
Facebook's like that.
Yeah.
It should be the opposite, really.
Yeah, I know. Well, Facebook, you're pretty much putting your whole life on there. So what's the difference?
You might as well verify your identity. Well, that's my theory on Facebook, really. Like, or any social media.
Yeah.
It should be like one account for one person, and it should be really you use a real name, no fake names, no fake pictures or anything like that. I mean, you can use a fake picture if you want, but it's got to be your name linked to your identity.
Okay. Why do you think that? Because I actually agree with you, but I want to know what you think.
At least, like, it kind of, you would hope it removes a little bit of, like, keyboard warriorism. So, like, it's your real person linked to your identity, no fake, no scammers, no nothing like that.
So does that mean if, let's say, you have an altercation online, can someone then see your address and be like, this guy lives here, let's go pay him a visit?
Not everything on you online, but
Yep.
at least, like, behind the scenes, it's used to verify that, okay, John Zafiropoulos is actually John Zafiropoulos on Facebook, not some Nigerian bloke.
Yeah, Prince from Nigeria, I need money.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But then but there's none of that on Facebook, so you can create a million fake accounts, like a million account. Be a fake
Yeah.
and get away with it.
That's okay. That's
But
fair
then
enough.
to buy Bitcoin, you got to send in all this identification.
Yeah. Okay.
So for Binance, you had to.
Oh, Binance, we had to. So I don't think we had to set a driver's license though. We had to put in, I think, 2 forms of identification. So it could have been someone was a credit. It just had to add up a certain amount of points.
Yep.
You could have done your license, but I don't think we did. And so it was credit card, address, and I honestly don't remember what it was. But it felt a bit scammy. Like when you're doing this, you're like, fuck, am I really doing this? Like this,
Yeah.
it goes against everything. It's like an instinct. You're putting this in, you're like, I shouldn't be fucking doing this. So
I reckon I got scammed today. It's just for Paramount Plus, the streaming.
yeah.
I got an email and it was all in Spanish.
Yeah, scam.
Hey Jesus, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck? And I'm like, if you didn't do this, blah blah, send an email. I sent them an email. Like,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what they say. So I tried to log on and
Do you actually have a Paramount Plus account though?
yeah.
Okay.
So I changed the email and password and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's so easy to just get hacked.
It's fucking Paramount though. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I know, but with like
Because it's hooked up to your account and stuff.
or like billing and stuff. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
you know what I mean. Like, and if they lock you out, and you're still paying for it.
Yeah. Well, you can just do you do it through PayPal? Just fucking cancel it. That's what I do sometimes. Like fucking the other day, I was on. I paid to boost this particular reel on Instagram, which I'm fucking never doing that again. Instagram is the worst for boosting shit. Anyway, and then I kept getting charged every fortnight like $16 or every week. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Was it still being boosted?
No, it wasn't. So it had the boost for like the 3 days or whatever it was,
And that's it.
and that was it,
All right.
or 3-4 days, and then it still kept charging me every week. And I'm like, why am I getting this fucking weird Facebook? Is someone having my fucking credit card details? I was going to have to cancel my card. I was definitely thinking that.
Yeah.
And then, anyway, long story short, I ended up just canceling it because I realized where it was from because I went to the first payment. I'm like, oh, that's when I boosted my reel. So it's probably kept, I don't know why it kept fucking charging me, but it wasn't doing anything. So I just fucking cancelled it on my PayPal.
Yeah, it's scary now, man. All those scams and data breaches and Optus and.
Yeah, that was...
You're with Optus, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, I'm not rich enough to be on Telstra, Louis. Okay?
Hey, I might change though to Optus, to be fair, or
Why?
change elsewhere. I don't know. Save some money, I guess.
Yeah.
It is the most expensive one.
But going back to what you were saying a bit before about people having their real identity on social media, I agree with that. I agree with that only because, like you said, it stops people from being heroes.
Yeah, that. Yeah, exactly.
So, like, if you say something, there's going to be consequences. Like,
Yeah.
if you do a death threat,
Yeah, exactly. It's traced to you.
it's traced
linked
back
a
to
real
you, and
person.
you can be fucking charged for it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I agree with that.
But what about Twitter as well and Instagram?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, like as in
Should be the same, like any social media.
yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Yeah, because the amount of fake accounts that are out there and bots and crap like that.
Well, did you see Elon Musk when he bought Twitter, and they were saying I think 10 or 5% of the accounts on Twitter are bots or whatever it was.
Jeez.
And then, do you know about this?
Briefly.
Yeah, and I think they did an investigation or something like that, and it was way. I was listening to Joe Rogan about it, and he was saying there's way more bots, like fake accounts on Twitter, than there are. Or not that there are real people, but there's a lot of fake accounts.
Yeah.
Than what they were telling Elon, like, oh, it's only 10 to 15%. Oh, sorry, 10 to 5%, whatever it is, but it's way more. Like, bro,
So wasn't he meant to get rid of them though?
I think he's on his way or doing something about it. I don't know if he'll ever fully get rid of it though.
He's such a strange bloke.
Why?
He's just weird. I like him and Mark Zuckerberg. They're just weird.
They look like aliens, eh?
Yeah, they
Lizard
talk
people.
like.
They're actually lizards.
You reckon that's what it is?
But I agree with what a lot of Elon's doing. There's some things that he says that I just don't agree with though, like the chip in the brain thing. Like, there'll come a point where everyone will have it. That's the scary thing,
But
right?
doesn't it won't it cure blindness and other crap like that?
If it actually does that, then fuck, that's amazing. That is a huge step forward in mankind. But to fucking just have a phone call and have a chip in my head and I don't have to, I just blink with my right eye and if, yeah, just,
Well,
fuck. It's not working. You know?
Imagine someone from the future travels back to now. It's like, hello, it's not working. There's no reception.
Dead set, Ryan. They're fucking smacking themselves because of that. Or they got their finger
Well,
up
that's
here.
what all the homeless people. They might be from the future, and their chips are malfunctioning because of the 5G
Just
tower.
keep fucking
There's no
zapping.
6G in 2023. There's no 6G yet, so they're not got no reception.
Oh man, but
We're getting cancelled.
Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, like the stuff with the mobile phone in the brain, like that sort of stuff. I think it's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, but like with shit like that lead to my brain cancer or something. We probably sound so ignorant.
We honestly, but it's okay without having no information, just the outside looking in. It sounds fucked.
Does it though?
It sounds okay. It's convenient that you don't have to carry anything around. It's always with you. You fucking pay pass with your wrist. Just fucking zip. You don't have to worry about anything like that.
But imagine 70 years ago telling someone in the 50s,
Yeah.
oh, everyone's going to be able to know where you are, when you are. You know, you have your location tracked.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to make calls wherever you are.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I don't want to be tracked. I don't want people to know my location.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want the government to know.
Yeah, well, it's a fair
all
point.
Perspective, really, though. So what we say now, in 70 years' time, everyone's like, oh, yeah, who doesn't have a chip in their brain?
Yeah, who doesn't know what I'm thinking right now?
Yeah.
And that'll be the next thing. Is like people will know what you're thinking. They'll just know what you.
Yeah, people are going to know what you're
Like
thinking.
a Minority Report.
Yeah. AI is going to be doing your job. What are we going to be doing? No more human. Like, what's the point of humans?
Just lounge around. Let everyone else do the work for you. Fucking, that's it.
Like, are we going to morph into some kind of like, well, the government going to morph into some kind of like luxury communism
Nah, I don't think it'd ever go that far.
where they give you your groceries?
No. I don't think it'll ever go that far. Just because of human nature and democracy. I think there's going to be still a lot of people, and I think a majority of people who want to have control of their life. And I don't think that'll ever be taken away.
What do you mean though? Like no chips in their brains and still shoveling dirt as a job?
No, just being, so you were saying like, a more communism thing where it's all shared and you just you do what you're told and all that sort of stuff. Well, it's more of a dictator, right?
Yeah, but like there's not enough jobs because it's all AI, or there's robots doing your jobs. So there's
But
like
I think there'll be other
unemployment.
jobs, right? There'll be other jobs. Like, for example, it's hard to say, right? Who knows what's going to happen with AI? Who knows? It's fucking scary though. It really is, because you're essentially giving robots our competitive advantage. That's how I see it. So I don't think it's ideal.
So what are we going to do? Sit around?
Yeah, well, fuck. Who knows what we're going to do,
Play
man?
video
We're going to rise
games.
up, fucking kill AI.
Play video games?
Yeah, well,
Actually,
be a full-time streamer.
well, that reminds me. When I saw your podcast last week, the solo one,
Yeah.
that's a better setup than what we have here. What's going on, mate? You're stitching me up with this shit setup.
No, we can't fit in the office,
It was
man.
like colourful and...
Yeah, but the lighting was shit in there. See, I've got these
No,
nice, beautiful
I like
lighting.
it. But I thought like, oh, we should do like streaming or something.
Like actual
Or
gaming.
vlogging, like streaming. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Like right now.
No, like in that setup there that you have in the office.
I eventually I want to have a setup like that. The only reason I did it in there for the solo was because I thought, I've got the lighting.
Yeah,
and
no, it looked good though.
Yeah, but it was very dark and the frame was very pixely.
It wasn't that bad.
It's okay. This will come out a lot better because of this lighting now. But once I get a table, because I want to get a smaller table for in there, because that's probably where I'll end up doing all the podcasts.
Yep.
For people that I know. For people I don't know, I'll just go to a fucking third-party location and we'll do a podcast there.
On the beach.
Well, I was actually looking at some other areas and, there's some nice things around. But anyway, what do you think about aliens?
Aliens.
Real or not?
I want them to be real,
Yep.
but it's like, I think it's called the Fermi paradox or something like that.
What's that?
It's like a paradox
Yeah.
where it's like, well, if there are aliens, why haven't they visited us yet?
Okay. How would they even know where to look?
Well, that's the thing. How do you know? So, like, where would they be? Like, what level of evolution would they be at?
Okay.
Would they be like walking around and have their spaceships, or would they just be bugs or something? Or
Well, if you can assume that they can space travel, then they would have to be intelligent of some sort, right? To be able to leave a planet
yeah,
and travel outer space. And then let's say, probably the closest habitable planet would be, hundreds of light years away. To be able to come all the way here is in a huge, advanced civilization, so to speak.
so we're just so far away than
Well-
the next civilized.
Well, who knows, right? Like, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years.
Well, that's a thing.
Well, maybe, okay, I'm probably talking about Mars. I don't know what the closest planet is. We don't know any alien planets, so we can't really say
we
how.
don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't know if they exist.
Well, that's the thing, right? But as a probability, if you think about it, there's hundreds of thousands of planets out there. Okay, unless you believe that Earth is flat. There's hundreds of thousands of more than that. There's billions upon trillions of planets out there. If that is actually true, then there's got to be aliens out there. There has to be, just from probability's sake.
So do you think like the same shit that makes this planet the way it is, like water and grass and like greenery and stuff, is the same on other planets? Would cause like life to grow?
Well, I think, more than likely, actually.
Like the shit we have here, that's the foundation of our life, but is that the same foundation of other lives?
It's a fair point. That's the thing. I don't know.
But no one knows. That's about aliens. No one knows.
Yeah.
But because we have that's the thing. Like, because we have no proof, or because we don't know, you just say, we don't know, don't worry about it, or we don't know, it doesn't exist, or we don't know, who knows? Like,
yeah. I don't know.
but what do you think? Do you think there are?
I just think thinking from the probability side of things, right? So we're one planet with definite life on it, okay? And then we found other planets that are very, very, very similar to our planet. More than likely, there's probably going to be life on that planet too, okay?
Yep.
Then there might be life on other planets that may not necessarily have the exact same conditions that we have here. Might be a lot harsher, maybe even better than our planet. Who knows, right? But just looking at it from the amount of trillions of planets out there and the billions of galaxies, surely there is one. Or it's just a fucking huge multiverse. You get out of our galaxy and then you find that there's another Earth out there, and there's another you and me right now doing a podcast.
Well, they reckon technically that's true. Like, every decision you make,
the
one you didn't make is another universe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
but is every universe unique in its way? Because apparently there's a theory where there's a universe where you do exactly the same thing that you're doing, and there's another universe that's doing the exact same thing.
But down to this level, or say, for example, there's another universe where you asked me to come in, I was like, no, sorry, I can't, and then I'm just at home now.
I heard this on Joe Rogan, so I might be misquoting him, but he was saying that there's a universe that does exactly everything that you're doing right now. There's so many.
But what's the point of it then?
You tell me. That's why I don't get it.
I don't think in doing the exact same thing. I reckon like doing stuff that you haven't selected in this universe.
Okay.
Think of it like a tree with branches. Like, you're following one branch.
Yeah.
And then the other universe is following another branch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I get that.
Like, do you ever think about like imagine I never dated Eleanor after high school? Like, imagine how
I've never actually thought about that.
But imagine how different your life would be to now.
Oh, it'd be. I wouldn't even know what my life would look like.
I know, but that's like another universe.
Yeah, I get that, 100%. I've actually never thought about that, but fuck, that is crazy to think about. I wouldn't even know what would happen.
One decision of your life has just set you on.
It's just a cataclysm effect.
Well, it just sets you on one path for the rest of your life. Really.
Yeah.
It's one decision.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's probably the two. Like, for us two, we're in the same situation.
Yeah.
That one decision is probably the most important one in our lives, really.
Well, what decision is that, though? What's that one decision that's the most important in your life?
Well, probably dating Tammy, like dating my wife at the time.
Okay.
Do you think, like, what else could be Like,
I think it's not just one decision. It's probably a series of, important decisions that you make, like
that's
career, marriage, kids. There's a whole variable of important decisions out there.
yeah, but you could argue that you had your career in mind before you was dating that person,
Okay.
or some sort of like for me, it was ingrained from young on. Go to uni and get an office job.
Yeah.
So maybe not exactly what I'm doing now,
Yeah.
but some kind of similar degree and similar office job, I'd still be doing that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Even
saying,
even if you weren't dating Tammy.
well, probably, because that's was kind of pushed from when I was young.
Okay. You
Obviously,
still didn't answer the question about. We'll get it back into that. We're going to do a huge loop back to the start. But anyway, continue.
but like that was kind of ingrained from young, so that was the path I was leading on anyway, regardless of who I was going to date or marry.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
So I wouldn't say that as a decision path is not as important in the grand scheme of things to me and you dating our wives straight out of high school. That was probably...
Well, would you say that having kids would also be a huge effect? Like, imagine there's a life where you don't have kids and a life where you do have kids.
Yeah, probably. That's another one.
Yeah.
But...
That was my point. It's not just one. There's a lot that can happen. There'll probably be a point where there might be an opportunity for you where you go, fuck, I can become a streamer, and there's this opportunity right now where I can work with this guy who's got 2,000 followers. Like, I'm just making up a random scenario, and then you decide, oh, fuck it, you know what? I'm going to do it just to see what happens, and then you become this huge successful streamer just because from that one decision.
Yeah.
So that's why
that decision hasn't happened yet. I'm talking about decisions that we've actually chosen in our lives so far.
Okay. So what do you mean? I don't understand.
That decision that we made, we've made that decision already.
Yeah. Okay.
But the example you gave is like a hypothetical.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about hypothetical. I'm talking about decisions we've made up until today.
My
That's probably the biggest one ever.
Oh, for sure.
Biggest
Okay.
and
Yeah.
most
Okay. I
important.
agree with that. That was probably one of the biggest decisions.
That and
sure.
not drinking bleach.
What the fuck? What the
Or
fuck?
doing something else to kill you, and not keep you alive.
Are you trying to tell me something? Is this a?
bleach. No, or not overtaking someone by going on the other side of the road, or not taking a risk in your life. Do you know what I mean? That obviously, because I'm sure there are times where you're like, do I do this? It's a bit risky.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if you heard one of my podcasts, but I said when I was going to upload this podcast, the very first episode I was going to upload, I was literally shitting myself. I was so scared to upload it.
Really?
I was so scared because then all these thoughts started coming into my head. Is this a good idea? Should I be doing this? Am I going to get judged? Blah, blah. And then once I uploaded it, it was like a relief off of my shoulders. And I was like, thank God I actually did this. Because now I dead set, I think about it every day.
That's good.
Yeah. So I really do. I think I told myself I'm going to do it for 6 months properly. I'm going to be consistent at it. And if I still love it, I'm going to go balls to the wall with it.
Would you pivot to streaming, video game streaming?
I don't think I'll go down streaming. It's not because I don't enjoy playing games. I don't think I can play it for that long consistently. Like the big streamers, they're playing anywhere between 5 to 6 days a week, and they're playing anywhere between 4 to 8 hours and more a day.
Really?
Yeah, it's like another job for them.
But how much content do they pump out though?
Oh, heaps.
So it's not just
But
1 hour a week.
that's the only way you can pump out that kind of content, though. You have to be playing anywhere between 5 hours a day, 6 days a week, because you've got 30 hours worth of content that you can go through. And if you think about it, if they upload, say, 1 or 2 TikToks a day, that's a minute max that they can upload on YouTube Shorts or whatever it is. That's 2 minutes of their 30-hour week.
All right.
Yeah, so they have to be consistent. There's no other way to be a streamer without posting consistently and playing consistently.
So this is the format. You're sticking with this format.
I think for now, I think it's achievable. I'm gonna try and do 1 a week, like I was telling you before. I'm gonna try and do it and see if I can maintain that sort of consistency. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think I can do it. So the goal is to do 1 a week with 3 TikToks a week.
Yep.
Or 3 short, whatever the fuck you want to call it, reels, shorts, whatever. Right. So and then maybe do a photo upload here and there. and, eventually kind of build up. And then if the podcast does build up, I'm hoping by the end of the year, I want to get about anywhere between 300 to 400 listens per episode. I would love to get. And then I think once I get there, I'd like to do a Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep the Patreon a secret. I've got this, I think, a sick idea about how to do the Patreon. But anyway, that's thinking well ahead.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, thanks, bro. So,
but you would never like pivot into just a podcast about a niche topic, like for example, anime or
because
just
I don't
talking about that. Or
no, because I like a lot of different topics.
Yeah, okay.
Like I want to have a doctor. There's a couple of people that I want to get on the podcast, but I don't know if they would ever come. So there's the guy called Hair Cafe. I don't know if you know about this guy. So he talks a lot about male pattern baldness, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a fucking, because I'm losing my hair, I'm a bit sort of educated in that sort of field. And then there's another guy called Robert English from Perfect Hair Health.
Okay.
So I like those two guys. And I'd like to have them both on the podcast because they're both on like two different spectrums, right? So I want to hear from both sides of the story, and that's one topic. And I do like anime, and I do like conspiracy theories, and I do like AI, and I like talking about a whole bunch of different things.
Okay.
So that's why I like how Joe Rogan does his podcast.
Yeah.
So he talks about things that's interesting to him.
Yeah, and it's very conversational.
Yeah, and that's what I like doing. I don't like doing a style where I'm asking you a bunch of questions and more of an interview sake. I love the conversation style. So he did one with Jordan Peterson just recently. Listened to the whole thing. I fucking loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a listen.
He's really good. But then he has other people that he has on, like some of his friends, and I just, for the life of me, can't listen to it.
Yeah, I like the ones when you have those blokes talk about Atlantis or woolly mammoths. And
Did you hear that one? Those two dudes.
I only listen to clips. I don't like.
That was a fucking great podcast.
But like stuff like that, I'm into, like science-related things.
It's so funny you say that because the two that he had on, I think he's an Aussie dude that lives in Colorado or something, and there's another guy, I can't remember his name, and he was on Joe Rogan probably like a week ago or so, can't remember exactly when, and they were talking about Atlantis, and they were talking about that their theory is that it's based in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Fuck, bro, I was loving it. I love that shit.
It sounds plausible.
But the thing is, it sounds plausible. Why are they getting this huge hate for that? Oh, it could be here. They're like, no, you're a dumb cunt. It's not there.
Because to us, Atlantis is not real. Like, we don't... Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you know...
it's based on, like, myth, if you want to say that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you know Atlantis is real? They're saying, oh, it is real because of this. So they're already starting that, oh, yeah, it's real, instead of...
Yeah, but they come with
prove
evidence, right? Like, or plausible evidence to say at least it's plausible. Like, you can't deny and say that it's not real, but you can at the same time say, yeah, but there's still nothing there, but there hasn't been enough investigations. There's both sides of the story.
But that's really what science is, right? You start off with a hypothesis, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then you kind of find the evidence to back you up or prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing that. So you're right. The hate they get doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I think all the power to them. I hope they fucking find it. I reckon that'd be amazing. Imagine if they actually do find Atlantis in the Sahara Desert.
Well, they know where it is. It's that like eye-looking structure with the circles.
Yeah.
But
well, they think it's there.
They would have to go there and dig it up or like keep digging.
I think they were saying you can do a LiDAR survey where I should fucking know this because this is my job. But I don't actually use LiDAR, but we do use other companies who do LiDAR, and we have do surveys. But they can essentially penetrate through the sand, and you can see through and see what's there. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's that you can do shit like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, but good luck with your podcast. I reckon it'll be all right. You'll be fine.
Well, the goal is, like I said, I want to get to 300 to 400 listens. See how we go with that by the end of the year. I think that's achievable. I don't think that's by any means a huge stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, but if you don't say, oh, no, fuck this, I'm not doing this.
No, I'm going to keep... Well, like I said, I'm going to give it 6 months.
Yeah.
And if I still enjoy it, I'm just going to keep doing it. And the goal is once a week, 3 TikToks a week for the time being. And then keep pushing the social media, keep doing TikToks, keep doing all this other stuff.
So where's your sponsor? I'm waiting for the sponsor break.
Unfortunately, I'm too small for that. But we'll get one soon, hopefully.
But I've heard they, like, for example, Manscaped jump onto people very quickly.
Manscaped, if you're listening, I'm here. I'm all yours.
Have you noticed every podcast is like sponsored by like,
Manscaped,
or
yeah.
Manscaped, or like some VPN company or some other video game? It's all male related, like targeted to men.
But I think a lot of the podcasts are male-related podcasts, though.
But then, like,
except for Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's got something green, alpha green. I don't remember what it's called.
something weed related.
No, it's not weed-related, but it's like a vitamin, and it sounds pretty good actually.
But like, no one's ever sponsored by like tampons or something.
I'm sure if you listen to podcasts about shit like that, they'll probably get sponsored.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but watch a very early Joe Rogan podcast and see who he's sponsored by.
It's going to be weed.
No. You're gonna. It's fleshlights. I'll kid you not. I was in preparation for this. I just picked a random old Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Like when he's sitting on a couch with Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
And some Brian Redman, whatever
Okay.
Whatever that bloke's name is. And they're literally bringing up that's who they're sponsored by.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They put on there, so this is what you could get for $12.99.
And they're taking it seriously, like it's a real sponsor.
Well, if they're getting paid for it, then fuck.
If that offer came to you, would you?
Nah, I'll be honest. If a sponsor came up to me, I don't think I would just accept any. Even if it... No, I don't think I would. Even if it didn't align with my podcast, I'd probably still use it. But if it was a scam, there's no chance.
Well, you don't have to use it.
Well, if you're sponsoring it, if you're plugging it in your podcast, you're essentially backing it and you're encouraging people to essentially use it. So if you're plugging a scam product, it reflects bad on you too. So I don't. There'd be certain products I would investigate before I would just let anyone come on the show.
Because they only pay you if people log in with your code, right? They wouldn't just pay you.
I think there's two ways. So you get either so you get like a code, and whatever, if they use your code and they get whatever, you get money from that. And then there's another way where if you hit, I think it's per mile. So the way it works, for every 1,000 listens, you get $30 or something like that. So if you get 10,000 listens, you get 300, so on and so forth, right? And it depends on what part of the podcast. So if you're going towards the end of the podcast, then you might not get as much. And at the start of the podcast, you might not get so much. But in the middle, it's like the peak time where you can charge a bit more, and it might be like $35 per mile or something like that.
And how are you going with your TikTok advertising?
Yeah, it's going all right. Like, I still don't know how to. I don't think I know how to advertise properly yet. I'm still learning how to do TikToks. I'm still learning how to do all that sort of shit. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a huge learning curve for me. So, you know, I just got to get knee deep into it and just fucking tackle it. It's
pretty bad TikTok, eh? Like addiction wise, it's like I saw your solo pod last week.
Dude, yeah, it's fucked. And I still sort of struggle with it because like I said, I need it for the podcast as well. And there's certain functions on the phone that they don't have on the computer. Because otherwise, if I could upload everything on the computer, I wouldn't even have it on my phone. I would have everything on the computer.
Right, okay.
But the functionality on your phone is so much better. So I end up making it all the TikToks on my computer, uploading it to Drive, and then downloading it so I can then upload it through my phone. Because then it's so much easier to actually like put songs and do all this other shit to manipulate the algorithm to push you out further.
Far out, man. Lucky I don't have it.
But you have Instagram, so you have Reels and stuff like that.
No, I don't have Instagram.
So you've taken off all social media.
I never had really Instagram, but I only have Facebook. That's it.
But Facebook still has those sort of short
and so
reels.
does YouTube. So I get caught on the YouTube ones.
The YouTube ones are bad too.
It's the same, really.
It's weird. My TikTok is different to my YouTube. My YouTube is very controversial. My YouTube is like very drama.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's all that sort of shit. It's fucking bad. But you can't help but watch it. You just want to see the drama.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking about this the other day. We'll kind of wrap it up soon because we're getting like an hour and 15. There's like 3 things that sell, right? In my opinion. So you've got drama, comedy, and sex. And that's pretty much all you see on TikTok and YouTube and all that. So if it's not drama related, if it's not causing like controversy, then it's something funny. If it's not something funny, then it's something sexy. But yeah, that's what it is.
You'll be fine. I have faith in you.
Thanks, man.
And I'll be here again. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I'll try to get James on too, and we can diss about Marvel. Where he goes, no, Marvel's the best, man.
Sorry, James.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you all for staying for this long, and also if you haven't already, I have a YouTube. It's Zav's Podcast. I think it's just Zav's Podcast is my handle. So if you can like and subscribe to the video, I have this will also be live on Spotify and iTunes. If you can leave, hopefully, a 5-star review, that would be fantastic. It gets more people listening. It kind of pushes it out a bit more to other people. And I also have a TikTok and Instagram, as I'm sure you guys heard. So if you can all follow those pages, that'd be great. It's all Zav's Podcast. Some might be without a space. Some might be with a space, but it's very easy to find. So ZAFS PODCAST. So I'll put it up in the description in the YouTube video. But where can they find you, man? If you want people to find you, or you're going to be off the grid?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to find me.
Yeah.
I have no talents. I'm not fun. I'm boring. Took you long enough. To
Yeah, I just remembered it now.
If you want to find me, message John.
All right, guys. I'll see you at the next episode. See you later.